Welcome back, everybody, to America on the Road. Jack Nerad back with you. And we have a really interesting guest. I'm really excited about this interview. Dillon Kane is Senior Product Lead for Advanced Development at Honda Development and Manufacturing of America. Wow, that's a mouthful, but a very cool job. I think I have a cool job, but I think your job is even cooler. Tell us a little bit about what you do, Dillon.
Sure, Jack. Yeah, I'm a senior product leader. So basically, what that means is I work with new product development all the way from initial concept and idea through sketching and design, through development, manufacturing, and then out into the market. So basically, quarterback the whole way through, help any way I can, and try to keep the gears of development moving.
And advanced development, right? I mean, you're developing things that as cool as car design is, I think you're doing stuff way beyond car design, right? Tell us a bit about that.
Sure, yeah. Car design is very cool. It's what I went to school for originally. What we're doing in advanced development is really kind of pushing the limits of what Honda does. So, Honda's a very broad company. We do a lot of cool things. And my job and the job of our team here is to kind of broaden that limit. So, we're trying to find out what does it make sense for Honda to do? What do our customers need and want? And how can we bring that to fruition?
I mean, you do all kinds of stuff. I mean, we've seen Honda airplanes. I think they're Honda hovercraft or that kind of thing. I think there's Honda boats. I have ridden on, little Honda scooters and in one wheel kind of things back in the past, in the deep dark past. There's probably some video of me on YouTube nearly falling off one of those things somewhere in the bowels of Honda back in the day. But so you're have a very broad portfolio, right? A broad canvas.
Yeah, we have a broad canvas. We're trying to figure out what brings people joy. That's really what our driving motive is. So here in advanced development, so far we've been responsible for Moto Compacto, a little scooter you mentioned that folds up into kind of a briefcase shape. You can take it for your last mile transportation. And now we're showing the base station prototype, which is kind of our Honda unique camper that we revealed back in November. And got a bunch of other things on the burners here that I can't tell you about today, but I'm sure we'll get back together in the future.
Yeah. Well, base station concept attracted our attention on America on the Road when you publicized it. I guess that's back in the fall. We talked about it on the show. Interesting stuff. Walk our listeners through what that's all about.
Sure. Base Station is a lightweight modular camper that we designed to kind of work best with our Honda vehicles, but really to democratize camping for anyone. So our goal with Base Station is to kind of show what this industry could be, what we could do, with the Honda know-how and the, design and engineering thought we put behind our products. It seems like an industry that's really ripe for disruption right now. So I think, it's growing in popularity. It's been a very fun design project for us. And really, we started from what people need and what people want. So what were the pain points? What were the joy points in the current market with the offerings that are out there? What were people saying? And what's missing? And we kind of designed around those requirements and engineered around those requirements and created the prototype you guys saw.
Yeah. Well, it seems like one of the pain points is weight, right? I mean, people have smaller cars these days. They have a lot of front-wheel drive vehicles. They certainly have vehicles like the Honda CR-V, one of the most popular vehicles out there. Yeah, our family just bought a Honda Passport over the weekend. So, one member of my family is deep into the Honda territory right now. But talk about that. Talk about lightweighting, because I think that's probably an important design parameter there, right?
Sure. So when we're studying the trailer market, the vast majority of products on offer are very heavy. And what we're seeing is, people are moving toward camping more with their daily drivers. So these are what we would call CUVs, kind of the light truck segment, and EVs in the future. So we wanted to make sure that, we were filling this gap where we saw the trailer industry kind of leaving these people behind as their mode of transportation, their main mode of transportation changed. So we thought this is a big opportunity. we can show what can be achieved in that lightweight segment and kind of reinvigorate that area um, of the trailer space. And so that's what we're trying to do. So we have a unique construction, we have a unique design that's kind of built around that main parameter of lightweight. And so we are, like you said, going to be towable by those lighter class of vehicles, as well as, the traditional class of vehicles for anyone who really wants to kit their base station out. So what we showed with the prototype is our modular architecture. And that was showing windows that can be replaced with any number of accessories. At the prototype reveal, we showed a kitchen, an air conditioner, and a privacy shower module. So those are just the first,
Yeah.
3 ideas we were showcasing.
Did you benchmark smaller trailers, or was this kind of a clean sheet of paper? We're just going to design something to be towed, and we don't need to look at what others are doing. I'm really curious as to how you started with this thing.
Sure. Yeah, I guess the answer is a little complicated, some of both. So initially, what we did was look at, like I mentioned, the pain points and the joys, what is kind of driving people, what is kind of pushing people away, and what was hard for us. We tried the experience ourselves multiple times. We were trying to do a deep amount of research, quantitative and qualitative, to figure out what works and what doesn't, what can be improved, what's just kind of carryover from the past, and what is an opportunity for us to innovate and do something new. So, quick answer to your question, a little bit of both. Long answer to your question is we did a lot of homework and we figured out what is something we can improve on and what is something that works for people. And we kind of created the design from those parameters that we found in our research.
I think one of the pain points with a smaller trailer, and I see a lot of them, and for some reason I'm drawn to them. I don't know why, but I think they're just kind of cool design pieces, a lot of them, is standing headroom, right? I mean, a lot of times you want that. Often these trailers don't provide that, but you have a solution for that, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. So one of the pain points of a smaller footprint is usually that standing room. And we've designed the base station around kind of a unique package design. So we have this rear tailgate that opens up, gives you some shade. It also opens the entire rear of the vehicle so that you can step in very easily. And within that space, we've created what we call a genkan. So it's kind of a Japanese style entryway. So even with the futon bed pulled out into bed mode, you still have a space you can stand and change thanks to our pop-up roof. So it's very easy to actually step in, push a lever, and push that roof up, and you get over 7 feet of headroom there. And that space is also usable with an additional top bunk that you can add in.
Yeah. So you have that queen size fold out futon.
That's right.
Kind of, up against the, I guess the front end, one would say.
Exactly. Yep.
The towing side of the trailer, and then you have that the standing headroom, and that pops up. Are those power pop-ups, or are those assisted with some kind of hydraulics? How does that work?
Yeah, it's a gas strut assist. So all you have to do is give it a little push and it takes over and raises the rest of the way up. And same thing with the futon, like you mentioned, it's an RV queen size sleeping area. And all you have to do is pull a lever and it can drop from a couch you can use in inclement weather or just to hang out inside, maybe throw a table and chair in if you're going to have a meal. And then you can pull it out into that queen size sleeping area or push it out of the way if you want to access your storage underneath or any of the controls, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Is there some provision for a table in there? I mean, when I see something like this, I'm a sailor, so a lot of this reminds me of boat design, right? You have the same kind of issues to deal with. You have a limited space, and you have to make it work various ways. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I think the tough thing about living out on a boat is you can't really spread out into your space. The nice thing about being in a camper is that you can kind of spread out into nature. So one of the things we tried to do is with the design, allow people to spread out into their campsite and kind of make that additional living space. So the interior kind of becomes your bedroom, and then the surrounding space kind of becomes your living room, your kitchen, and all that.
Yeah.
So I mentioned the
Yeah.
window modules. Yeah, all of those fold out into the exterior space so you can make full use of that campsite as a living space.
Talk about the kitchen module. That's pretty interesting stuff. A lot of stuff in a fairly small
Sure.
space.
Yeah, so what we showed was a fold-out kitchen module. So typically with a small camper, your galley kitchen is usually going to be at the back end, and it's going to take up about a quarter of your floor plan. And that's a lot of space to take up for something you're going to use maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours a day. So as part of our Honda Package Magic, we tried to do continue our man max machine min philosophy over from our other products, and we wanted to make sure that that kitchen space made sense in terms of how much time you're going to use it, while still being easily usable and maximum user friendliness. So what we came up with was packaging it into the sidewall. So the whole thing folds up very neatly. And what you can do is extend it into the exterior. So you simply fold it down and pull out a drawer, and you've got a sink, cutting board, and induction burner to cook on, and some storage space inside the module as well. It all folds up into a module, nice and neat. Everything stores inside those modules. And then what we're able to do with the privacy module is kind of expand a shower space. It's kind of like a beach shower where you're covered, and then you have your chargeable hot water system, so you can hook up the shower, get clean, or use it as a privacy space for changing or going to the bathroom, anything else you need at the campsite.
Yeah, very cool. You alluded to kind of the overarching philosophy within design. Walk us through that a little bit. Talk about that, because it's fascinating stuff, I think.
Sure. Yeah. So at Honda, we have a philosophy we called man max machine min, or man maximum machine minimum. And basically, what it means is we want you to feel like you're the priority whenever you're using our products. So for Base Station, that meant controlling where all of the internals go, making sure that the space felt like it was tailored for your use during the day, during your camping, and making sure that any of the processes or systems that run in the background are in the background and are not in the way, and not something you're tripping over or having to fiddle with a lot. So what we try to do is utilize our package design to make sure that all of those things are where you might expect them to be, but where you don't necessarily have to interact with them all the time until you have to, so you can have as smooth of an experience as possible.
Yeah, I mean, ergonomics is something that Honda has been a champ at. Basically since I've been in the business, which is one heck of a long time, Dillon. So something I think a tradition you're continuing, right?
Oh, thanks. That means a lot.
What do you think? Well, two questions. Probably a more important question for our listeners is there any production plan for the base station concept? Do you have a partner? Is Honda going to build travel trailers? What's the thought there?
I can't share anything with you other than the prototype today, but we will have more
Okay.
information for you soon, and I'm happy to get back together then.
Yeah, I look forward to that. What do you think is the coolest thing about the base station concept?
Ooh, it's my baby, so it's hard to choose, but I really think the modularity is something unique. I think it solves a lot of the problems that we saw with these products, and I think it's something that would really be a benefit. And I think the more we get to uh, experience the base station in the real world, the more we're gonna find that it's helpful, and hopefully, you know, it's hard to
Yeah.
say too much, but
I mean,
hopefully
I
it's
love the
something that's
lift
exciting.
back door too, because I mean that answers a question I think that has not been answered properly before. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
And of
ingress
course,
egress is something we're very cognizant of. We want to make sure that it's easy and fun for people to use.
yeah. Well, very, very cool. I look forward to talking to you about more stuff as it develops, and we thank you so much for being with us. Dillon Kane of Honda Development and Manufacturing of America. Thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Jack. Really appreciate talking to you.
And stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back right here on America on the Road.